Yeah. 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 Cause I'm on the way. Yeah. I'm on the way. She tell me, girl, I'm on the way. Yeah, I'm on the way. Yeah. I'm on the way. She tell me, girl, I'm on the way. Say, I'm on the way. Yeah. You ain't gotta say shit. It's going down, down, down. Yeah. Say, you ain't gotta say shit. Yeah. Say, cause I'm on the way. Yeah. I'm on the way. She tell me, girl, I'm on the way. I'm on the way. Yeah. I'm on the way. Tell her, girl, I'm on the way. She, I'm on the way. Yeah. Don't no matter where you are, cause I'm on the way. Yeah. I'm on the way. Yeah. Had to come.
What's good? What's good? What's good, people? What's good? What's good? Welcome back to another episode of Dope Content Podcast. It's your boy K. Lou doing this solo dolo here today as usual. You know what it is. I'm kind of pissed off right now, even though I was in a good mood like an hour ago. Reason why is because I've already recorded this episode that I'm doing right now. The episode that you're listening to and watching right now. I did this episode already, but something went wrong when I was trying to upload it to YouTube and it disappeared. So now I'm redoing this whole episode. So I'm not as excited or in a good mood like I was the first time around, but we gonna get right through it, man. So anyway, shout out to everybody. Technical difficulties is what happens. This the part they don't tell you about with podcasting and streaming and etc. But anyway, moving right along. Appreciate everybody that's listening on Spotify, YouTube. I'm sorry, listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor. Dope Content is on YouTube. Thanks for everybody that's watching on YouTube. Thanks for everybody that watch the streams on Twitch. Dope Content, you can follow us everywhere. We're on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Apple, Spotify, Google. We're on everything, and we have our own website, dopecontent.com. So it's no excuses to not follow Dope Content at least on 2 of these platforms. I'm just saying. But y'all know why we here. NBA playoffs are in full effect. So shout out to everybody in the NBA. We got a couple of more teams eliminated since the last time we talked. So we got basically the second round of the Eastern Conference is already set. So I'm gonna make my predictions about that. But until then, we're gonna get into some scores and we're gonna talk about a couple of games that we didn't talk about since the last time I podcast. So once again, much love to everybody. Make sure you follow us, subscribe on all platforms, leave ratings, leave comments. I don't care if it's a bad comment. If you don't like what you're hearing and you disagree, leave a comment. I appreciate it anyway. Spotify, Apple, leave your ratings. Leave us the 5 stars, please. And let's keep it moving. Let's keep building. So let's get right into it, man. The other night, Tuesday, we had Brooklyn take out Boston 123-109. Shout out to Brooklyn. They move on to the second round of the playoffs. James Harden with the team high 34 points. Jason Tatum with 32 points for Boston. Kyrie gets the last laugh on Boston. So, as expected, if you watch the last 2 podcasts, you know that I picked Brooklyn to win. That's an easy series. I picked them to win that series. So that was easy. It wasn't hard. No Jaylen Brown. Kemba hasn't really been stepping up. It was pretty much Jason Tatum on his own versus James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and KD. That's not fair. So shout out to Brooklyn for doing their thing. Danny Ainge is stepping down apparently, and Brad Stevens, who was on the hot seat from coaching, is getting promoted to the front office somehow. And it's, I'm not even going to vent on that because Stephen A. Smith did a lot of venting. He did enough venting for everybody. So I'm not even going to vent on that, but that was I just found it funny that happened because he was about to get fired. It's been talks about him getting fired as a coach, and then he's like, hey, you know what? Let's just go ahead and promote you. Whatever, I guess. Whatever. But shout out to Brooklyn. They move on to face Milwaukee in the second round. And then we have Philadelphia taking out Washington, 129 to 112. Seth Curry, the guy I missed so much in Dallas, hit you off with 30 points. Bradley Beal had 32. Washington is eliminated. Philly moves on. We had Utah take out Memphis, 126 to 110. Donovan Mitchell 30 points. Ja Morant 27 points. Utah moves on. They're waiting the winner between the Clippers and the Mavericks. So if you listen to the podcast, you know that I picked Brooklyn. Brooklyn won. I picked Milwaukee. Milwaukee won. I picked Utah. These are easy series. Now, I didn't expect the Heat to get swept, but hey, they did. So Milwaukee won. Brooklyn, I got that right. Utah, I got that right. So 3 for 3 right now. Now let's go to New York and Atlanta. Atlanta takes out New York 103-89. It wasn't even close. Shout out to Trae Young with 36 points. Julius Randle hit you with 23. And I picked New York to win that. Because I just assumed that with them having home court advantage, both teams are young. I just assumed that Julius Randle would still beat Julius Randle from the regular season, and the crowd will push them enough to, get past Atlanta. But that didn't happen. They won one game. The crowd went crazy. They pissed Trae Young off, and it was a wrap from there. It was a wrap. They messed up. The crowd messed up. You pissed Trae Young off, you messed up. That was it. You should have never did it. So, Trae Young went off for 36 points. He really did not shoot. He did not have his best shooting game. He shot 3 of 11 from 3. And it wasn't his best shooting game. But when you got Hunter giving you 15, Collins giving you 13, Capella giving you 14 points, 15 rebounds, and didn't nobody else really do nothing, but they really didn't need to do nothing because you get to New York, Julius Randle had 23 points, which is cool, but he's been averaging 18, and during the season he was averaging 30 plus against Atlanta when they swept them 3-0. But you get to the playoffs, all of a sudden, all that just go out the window. So Julius Randle kind of choked, man. Derrick Rose gave you 6 points. Taj Gibson gave you 4 points. Bullock gave you 12. RJ Barrett gave you 17. Burks gave you 12. And Kevin Knox didn't play none of the series that I remember, which I can't understand why. I thought Kevin Knox was actually going to actually do something in this series if he played, but he never played. So, New York, you did your thing. Your fans came back out, which I love seeing the fans in Madison Square Garden. Whenever the Knicks are in the playoffs, it's just better for the NBA, in my opinion. But you didn't do nothing. You got whooped. You spit on Trae Young. You pissed that man off. He said, we're going to take it back to the A. They took it back to the A. They destroyed y'all. And then they talk trash and say, we going to beat you in your hometown, and we going to send you home. And then Trae Young at the end of the game hits a 3 from basically the logo and then takes a bow. So, shout out to Trae Young, man. They're moving on to face the 76ers, which, again, I'm going to give you my predictions later on in the show. But until then, let's keep going through these games that we've already missed since the last podcast. So we have Portland and Denver, double overtime classic game with Dame Lillard just going smooth off. Shout out to Dame Lillard, man. Dame hit you with 55 points, 10 assists. I got the highlights back, as y'all can see. I'm keeping them small, but I got the highlights right here playing in the section so you can see the work that Dame put in. Dame 55 points. Denver beats Portland 147 to 140. Denver is up 3-2. They have a game tonight. Must win, of course, for Portland. I picked Portland to win the series, but it's not looking good right now. But we'll see what happens tonight. Dame Lillard 55 points, 10 assists. Nurkic gave you 13 points, 11 rebounds. Covington gave you 19 points, 11 rebounds. Powell gave you 13 points. CJ McCollum, man, I look at CJ as a better version of Jason Terry, Tim Hardaway Jr., and J.R. Smith. Like, the guy is a star when he's on, but when he's off, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. If he's not making shots early, it's a wrap. And CJ's, man, he's kind of frustrating, man, but I love him as a player. Like, I would take him in Dallas easily over Porzingis any day. But he just inconsistent, man. Like, he didn't have a great shooting night, man, at all. And it seems to happen a lot in the games that you need him the most. When Dame has to score 50 plus, we just need CJ to be CJ. He disappeared. 7-22 shooting in 51 minutes. That's not good, man. Carmelo Anthony, my guy, 30 minutes. That's my guy right there. 30 minutes, 8 points. Not good. And you going up against your former team where the crowd is booing you in that arena that you really made famous, Carmelo. You made Pepsi Arena famous. And now they booing you out? Like, Carmelo, you got to step up, bro. Come on now. Don't let them get the last laugh on that. Let's get to Denver. 14 points, 10 rebounds, Aaron Gordon. Michael Porter Jr., 26 points, 12 rebounds. The Jokic, 38 points, 11 rebounds. That guy's a beast, man. 18 points from Austin Rivers and 7 assists. And then off the bench, you got Morris hitting you with 28 points off the bench. So shout out to Denver, man. Great effort for Denver. So again, I picked Portland to win this series, but let me tell you why. So Jamal Murray is hurt, right? I completely forgot. I will admit this, because I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. I completely forgot about Aaron Gordon and Austin Rivers being on the Denver Nuggets. I knew about Michael Porter Jr., I knew about Joker, but I completely forgot about Austin Rivers and Aaron Gordon, especially Austin Rivers. I completely forgot about that guy. I didn't even realize he was on the team until I saw him the other night, and I was like, what? So, hey, I'm still rocking with Portland, though. I feel like Portland's going to pull it off. CJ's going to have a better game at home. Carmelo's going to have a better game because you really can't get no worse than what he did. 8 points in 30 minutes. I mean, Carmelo's better than that, even at an older age. So, I still feel like Portland's going to win tonight. I feel like I'm going to have to stick with Portland. I don't feel like they're going to win the series, but I'm going to have to stick with them because I picked them. So, I don't change my pick. So, hopefully Portland do their thing and make me look good on that one. The Knicks made me look bad already, so everybody else I'm pretty good. Let's get into a Phoenix. Let me take Dame off the screen for my people that's watching on YouTube. Phoenix take out the Lakers. Blowout game, 115-85. Devin Booker with 30 points. LeBron James with 24 points. And then all I hear from Laker fans are excuse after excuse after excuse for LeBron James, and really just LeBron. He the only one getting excuses. Everybody else getting blamed, and it's LeBron getting all the excuses. They sitting there talking about, well, AD is out and LeBron is not 100%, but just the other night, LeBron was punking Crowder, making him look like a little kid. Y'all remember that? Y'all wasn't saying he was hurt then. All of a sudden they losing now and LeBron ain't 100%. That's funny. And speaking of people being hurt, Chris Paul, as you can see on the screen, if you're watching on YouTube, Chris Paul went down again with an injury. He only gave you 9 points. He didn't really do nothing that whole game. So it's Devin Booker versus LeBron. And Devin Booker outshined LeBron. Plain and simple. Devin Booker outshined LeBron. DeAndre Ayton stepped up. He's doing his thing in the paint. Nobody on the bench, really nobody in LA is giving LeBron any help. So I will give him that. But to say LeBron is not healthy, that's just false. And I'm not going to accept that excuse. And yeah, we just not going to accept that. Now you got Schroeder, you got Drummond and all them giving you 0 points. Wesley Matthews, Kuzma gave you 15. That's about it. Everybody else had 5, 4, 0, 0, 0. I mean, the team got to step up. Caldwell Pope, 0 points. Schroeder, 0 points. Kuzma 15, which is decent, but when AD go out, you got to be the guy to step up, and you didn't step up. 15 ain't gonna cut it. LeBron 24 ain't gonna cut it. When Devin Booker give you 30, you got to drop 35. Unfortunately, especially when AD out, you really need to drop 40. If Booker give you 30 and AD is out, you got to drop 40, Bron. That's just what it is. And Bron know that. Bron know this. I feel like Bron gonna come out guns blazing tonight when they play. I'm gonna give you my predictions later on that as well. We gonna get through the rest of the games that we missed. I talked about Utah and Memphis already, I believe. So yes, I did. So yeah, let's get them off my screen. Let's go into the main event for me. For me, it's my main event because I'm a Dallas Maverick fan, being from Dallas and being in Dallas. Shout out to the Mavericks taking Game 5, 105-100 over the Clippers in LA last night. Luka Doncic went off completely. 40 points in 3 quarters. He ended up with 42, so the fourth quarter was bad for Luka, but he ended up with 42 and 14. 42 points, 14 assists, 8 rebounds. Hardaway gave you 20 points on 6 of 19 shooting. It still wasn't his best game, even though it was 20 points. 7 rebounds. Finney Smith gave you 8 points. He was missing wide open threes left and right. Boban gave you 9.7 rebounds. Porzingis, who's getting paid $158 million, gave you 8 points and 6 rebounds in 30 minutes. I'm going to get on him in a minute. Maxi Kleber gave you 4 points. Dwight Powell 8 points, which I said it. I want Dwight Powell to play more, and I'm glad he did last night. So shout out to Dwight Powell for getting in. Now let's get into the Clippers, which I'm going to just go down their numbers real quick, and I'm going to tell you some stuff real quick. Kawhi Leonard, 20 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Paul George, 23 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. Reggie Jackson, 20 points. Morris, 16 points. Batum, 10 points. And then you had 1 point from Rondo, 4 from Mann, Zubac from 6. But if you look at the starting lineup numbers for the Mavericks and the Clippers, there's no way the Mavericks should have won this game. Especially being in LA. And I just can't understand how we won this game. I watched the game twice. I watched it twice. Watched it live last night and watched it first thing this morning, trying to figure out how the hell we won this game. We had 2 people give you double digits, LUKA and Tim Hardaway. Everybody else was single digits. And the Clippers had 5 in double digits. And they lost at home? How? I can't understand how. I don't even know what to say. Because I can't understand how the Mavericks won that game at all. I know Kawhi didn't really do his Kawhi thing. And you know when Kawhi is on, Kawhi's giving you 35. And then you got Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith getting on here. Stephen A. been blaming them from game 1 and 2. But Skip Bayless and Stephen A. putting all the blame on Kawhi. I'm just like, are you serious? Have y'all been watching the series? How you gonna blame Kawhi? Kawhi's averaging 33 points a game, shooting over 75%. He had one off game, that was last night. And he still gave you over 20 points. Paul George, I said the last podcast, everybody like to make fun of Paul George and call him Pandemic P because of that series last year. And that really the whole playoffs last year. But Paul George has a history of doing his thing in the playoffs. Look at the Indiana numbers. Look at the OKC numbers. He got a history of doing his thing in the play. He had more good years in the playoffs than bad years. I can tell you that. That's a fact. So we can joke about Pandemic P all you want and all that. Paul George is averaging 28 in this series. He was the leading scorer for the Clippers last night with 23. So these people get on here and blame Kawhi and them all they want. I don't know what happened last night. I can't explain that. I really can't. Because there's no reason the Mavericks should have won that. But Mavs, game 6 in Dallas, put your foot on their throat, choke them out, get them out of here. Don't play with them. Don't give them no chance. to get any confidence. Don't give them no chance to come back. Put your foot on their throat like you should have done in Game 3 when you was up 19 and put them out. We don't want to go back to LA, even though low-key, I'd rather play every game in LA because we winning all those. But as far as the series, realistically, we do not want to go back to LA. We do not want to go back to LA. I picked the Mavs in 7. I want you to do it in 6. For real. Do it in 6. 6. You're going to have a crowd full of people. It's going to be a packed out arena again. They're going to be loud. Do not let them down Friday night. Because there's going to be a lot of drunk fights in the garage if you do. The parking garage. So do not let them down. I watched this game twice. And I can't figure out how we won. Now, it was one big part of this. Let me see if I can fast forward this highlight for the people on YouTube. It was one big part where man got the steal from LUKA in the fourth quarter, and instead of going up for the layup, which he clearly had, he kicked it out to Batum, and Batum had 2 or 3 people on him, and he ended up missing, and we ended up getting the rebound. Let me see if I can find it. I'm trying to fast forward the highlights. There it is right there. So we go watch this highlight right here for the people on YouTube watching. So Kawhi gets that and one right there. Important and one. Now look. Man, right there. Kicked it out. Why did he do that? Batum is right. He had the position on LUKA. LUKA wasn't finna block the shot. And LUKA was trying not to foul. Look at that. Y'all see that? Look at that. All he had to do was put it off the glass. And it's going in. Easy. He's in front of LUKA. He got the position. And he kicked it out. For whatever reason, he kicked it out. He kicked it out. I don't know why he did it. I couldn't understand it. Then, of course, you see Kawhi airballing right there. You see Kawhi airballing at the end. So, yeah. The Mavs took that game. Shout out to the Mavs. Rick Carlisle put Boban in. I wasn't feeling that, but it worked. I want to see more Dwight Powell because I like the energy that he brings and the hustle that he brings. We need Tim Hardaway to play better. You did good because he made some important shots, but he missed a lot of open shots. Finney-Smith missed a lot of open shots. Kleber missed a lot of open shots. We can't miss those shots Game 6, Mavs. We cannot miss those shots Game 6. So put your foot on their throat. Finish them. No Game 7, even though I said Mavs in 7. We don't want a Game 7. Finish them in 6. Move on to Utah. Because honestly, if we beat the Clippers, if the Mavericks beat the Clippers, and the Lakers somehow lose to the Suns, which I picked LA to win, but it's not looking good right now for LA. I picked LA to win that series. If the Lakers lose to the Suns and we beat the Clippers, the 2 teams that I'm scared of are gone. I'm not scared of nobody else. I'm not scared of Utah. I'm not scared of Denver, Portland, whoever win that series. Maybe a little bit of the Suns because they always had our number for whatever reason, but I'm not scared of them. I'm not scared of nobody. The only 2 teams I'm scared of are the teams that's on the brink of being eliminated, and that's the LA team. So I'm low-key hoping, even though I picked the Lakers, I'm low-key hoping Phoenix take out the Lakers. And I'm hoping the Mavericks finish the Clippers. I'm going to talk mad noise there. So speaking of second round, we got Brooklyn versus Milwaukee, and we got Philadelphia versus Atlanta in the East. So I'm going to go ahead and give you my predictions on that. I got Milwaukee in 7 over Brooklyn. And then I picked Philly. If you watch the podcast, you know I've been picking Philly really since mid-season to win the East. But of course, Joel Embiid gets hurt. But since I've been picking Philly, I'm sticking with Philly to win the East. So I got Philly beating Atlanta. In 6, honestly. Because Trae Young, if Trae Young decides to go off, they go put Ben Simmons on him. Ben Simmons go shut Trae Young down on defense. I mean, it's a matchup problem. Ben Simmons can shut Trae Young down. Trae Young can't go at Ben Simmons. I don't know who go at Ben Simmons. And then you got Danny Green shooting three, Seth Curry, who I miss. I truly miss this guy in Dallas. I'm really mad at that trade now because Josh Richardson has been trash, just like Porzingis. Shots fired. But yeah, you got, even without Embiid, you got Dwight Howard and Capella. They cancel each other out. Tobias Harris versus John Collins. I'm taking Tobias Harris because of experience, and Tobias Harris is more consistent. And then you got Danny Green, Seth Curry shooting all these threes. Ben Simmons is going to get his, even though he don't shoot threes or jumpers. He's going to get his. And if they need him to, he can lock down Trae Young. People sleep on Ben Simmons as a defender. Ben Simmons can lock down Trae Young. LUKA struggles. I said LUKA. LUKA struggles the most with Trae Young. I'm sorry. I'm fumbling today. He struggles the most with Ben Simmons. If you watch the Mavs Sixers games, LUKA struggles with Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons be putting the clamps on LUKA, so he does the same with pretty much everybody that he faced. Ben Simmons is a beast on defense. So I got Philly in 6. I got over Atlanta, and I got Milwaukee in 7. Milwaukee. I said Milwaukee. I put my country slang on it. Milwaukee in 7 over Brooklyn. Now, I'll give you my second round predictions on the Western Conference once it happens. Nothing is set right now. So, only team is in the second round right now is Utah. So, shout out to Utah. Even though I can't stand they racist fans. But shout out to Utah. And that's pretty much all I got for y'all today, man. I'm trying to keep it short and sweet. Trying to keep it under 30 minutes. I seem to get more views when it's a shorter podcast. So, shout out to everybody that's watching on YouTube, everybody that watches stream on Twitch. Shout out to everybody that listen on Spotify, Google, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Anchor Podcasts. Shout out to everybody that subscribe, leave comments, good or bad. If you're on Spotify and Apple, please leave a review or 5 stars, or whatever they do on there, the reviews and things like that. Tell your people about us, man. We're trying to build, steady building. Dope content is on everything. We on everything, all social media except TikTok and stuff like that. We're on Twitch, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, obviously. We're on Instagram. Dope content is on everything. Spotify, Apple, again, all that. So we're on everything. Then we have our own website, dopecontent.com. So check out dopecontent.com. Keep your music stuff. We got merch. I'm putting out a new shirt, some new merch tonight. It's going to be basically like some encouragement, because I've been on Facebook on my personal page, basically saying to anybody that got any ideas, any creative ideas that you think is dope in your head, but you scared to pull the plug or the trigger, you scared to pull the trigger on it because you worried about what somebody gonna say. F those people. Do you. If you think it's dope and you think it's worth it, do you. Forget what you think somebody else is gonna say about it. It's always gonna be somebody saying something negative. If you blow up and get 1 million fans, you're gonna have 1,000 haters. That's just what it is. So if you got an idea out and you scared to put it out, don't be scared. Do you. So I got merch coming that's gonna be preaching that. Do you. I'm a upload it tonight. So don't be scared to do nothing, man. Like, if you got something that you want to do, go ahead and do it. 2020 has showed you. 2020 and 2021 has really showed you can't sit on nothing no more. You got to have backup plans, and you got to just go for what you want. You can't sit on nothing. So if you ain't learned that in the last 2 years, I don't know what to tell you, but don't be scared. It's going to take time. You going to be frustrated at days. You might want to quit sometimes. Trust me. Take it from somebody who's been doing this podcast for 3 years. For the people that's been following us since the since the Brooklyn 214 podcast, y'all know it's been 3 years of, man, do we still want to do this? I'm ready to do something else. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. Your friends ain't supporting like they supposed to, or like you think they should. Even the friends that you support all the time, they don't watch all your stuff. They don't support your stuff. They don't share your stuff. You're gonna get frustrated. But once you start building, the people that rock with you, they really rock with you. Like, they really rock with you. And what's crazy about it, once your friends see strangers rocking with you, that's when they come back around. That's when they come back around. Like, yeah, man, I always knew you could do this, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, shut up. So, you're going to have your frustrating days and moments. You're going to want to quit sometimes. Do not quit. Do you. Because at the end of the day, if it's really dope like you think it is, and you work hard, it's going to eventually pay off. Dope content, I'm not stopping this. I don't care what the numbers say. I don't care if the numbers good one show and bad to the next show. I don't care if the stream numbers good one show and bad. I'm going to keep doing this. Eventually, something is going to pop off if you just keep doing it. Stick at it. Somebody go see it. It's go pop off. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Hell, you might go viral within the first 3 to 6 months. It's happened to people. Not me, unfortunately, but it's happened to people. So, if you got something that you think is dope, just do it. Do you. So, I got some Do You merch coming that I'm going to upload to the website tonight. So, be on the lookout for that. But in the meantime, shout out to everybody. Push Play the DJ. Mavs and 6. I got to talk noise, man. Push Play's a dope stream on Twitch, man. Make sure you follow Push Play the DJ on Twitch and Twitter. That guy's a dope streamer, man. He's a Clippers fan. So I got to talk noise to him. And also Sunday, to my wrestling fans, I'll be back on Twitch live with my guy Darkness, man. So make sure you follow Darkness. We got a lot to talk about on that. With the whole WWE releasing people, Cena pissing off China, AEW Double or Nothing, and then the fans coming back. It's a lot to talk about with wrestling because we haven't talked in a while on that. So, and to all my people that want to watch wrestling, Dope Content main page on Twitch is no longer for wrestling. If you want to find that, you go to King Dope K. King Dope K. If you want to watch wrestling, that's where the wrestling is going to be on Twitch. Everything else is on the main page. So, shout out to all the real ones. Again, make sure you follow us on all platforms: Spotify, YouTube, Apple, everything. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Tell your friends, tell your people, tell other podcasters. I support other podcasters. I support other streamers. So if y'all feel like it's somebody dope that I need to follow, let me know. I'm going to follow them. and I'm going to show love. You can ask all these other streamers. I'm going to show love. I show love. I'm not one of those. I show love. So, shout out to all the streamers, man. And everybody out here that's putting in work, trying to make it, all the podcasters. Shout out to everybody. I'm out. Hopefully YouTube do not mess up this episode like it did. Because this is my second time streaming this episode. So I'm not as excited as I was the first time around. But hopefully it was a good episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave comments. I don't care if it's good or bad. If you agree or disagree. Like the page, share it. And much love to y'all, man. And all y'all be safe. I am out.